really need to get this front screen sorted out, because at the moment that is all the that's all my Twitch information rather than YouTube information. But yes, I like it all the same. It's very nice. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Let's get on with some GM prep. I've just seeing whether or not everything is working all right. Just pop that over there. Got my live chat on. And put that on like so, and that's fine. Make sure that's off. Pause that, I think. Pop this chat out so I can see it better. And there we go. Now, I still have not figured out how to give people members. It's all I get is, oh, I can buy people's membership, but I am sure that I watched a YouTube video saying that I could actually give people things. Start tonight's question. What was your favorite ever? Okay. Welcome in. So yesterday we had a GM. We had a Mithras session, and I have to say, I made so many really bad errors that I am hanging my head in shame about it, because it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But luckily, I have a really good party of players, and they helped me correct it, etc., which was absolutely fantastic, and it was really beneficial. But I've got some work to do today. So the first thing that I made a huge mess up with was that I made... Oh, I honestly feel so bad about it. Cyrus, the sorcerer, wanted to combine a whole load of spells and fire them off. And I made and Cyrus, Captain Kangaroo, did say that he thought it was wrong, and he was correct. I was wrong. So basically, what happens if you're using sorcery is that if you here's the rule book. For every object that you change with your shaping points, then the actual casting time and the magic points increase. So it's a bit like it's one turn to start off with, but then if you combine two spells, that will make it 2 turns. But it doesn't matter how many spells you can combine, it's still only 2 turns. But what I did a huge boob up of, I said, okay, then if you want to go, I think he wanted to go up to 50 power, 50 meters per power. So that still, because he's affecting the range, that would still just be one turn. But I actually made it that it was going to be 7 turns. Poor Cyrus. He must have felt his heart drop, when I said it. It's like, oh, 7 turns. And he did come back to me and say, hang on it, I don't think that's right. And we did correct it in game, and it turned out to be 3 turns. So that was the first bit that I made a bit of a mess with. I'm sure I actually had somewhere a sorcery calculation sheet. I'm sure about it, that actually helped me sort out everything. I think that was the view only one. Copy. Okay, I think this is the one that I copied of someone else, which sort of like allows you to adjust things backwards and forwards. And I think I just need his skills there. Click spell components, one. Combine 2 spells. Oh, I thought it was going to automatically change the things. Oh yes, it does. Look, that was magnitude 1, magic points used 4. Oh, I don't know why that is. I need to check that, but this might be something that I can use a lot easily, or I might make my own just to see how it actually works. But yeah, so this is something that I might actually go into and start to use. I normally can work it out in my head, but I definitely need that table somewhere. So I've actually got it at a moment notice. Now, the other thing that I need, and I desperately need this, it probably needs to go in the rules category. Generic. These are good. This is going to be called fatigue. I'm just going to call it fatigue, I think. Let's put this into rules. Shift enter. Shift enter. Go to full edit. Okay, then. So one thing that we need to ensure that we have available is the fatigue rules, because Cyrus used it for his smother spell, and I wasn't too sure what the fatigue. I knew what fatigue rules were, but it was really difficult to remember exactly what went where, if that makes sense. So I definitely need to create a table or something. I think I might also pop it onto a notepad, so I've got it. So what I'm going to use a piece of software called Green Shot that allows me to take screenshots of things, and I do own the rules. So I feel that, and all I'm going to do is transform. I'm just going to bring in I think we can just left click and drag it in. There we go. So we can select a category for it. We don't have one, so we're just going to upload it. Copy that, close that, and then I need to remember how to add it to here. I think what I need is to find the image and then copy the actual this one. This is what we need. Add to gallery. How do I find out what it? Oh, there you go. Copy it. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard and bring it in here and paste it in there. That's what we need. So when we look at this now, I should have that in. So that's good. I can quickly search for fatigue and bring it up. So the other thing is I'm trying to a lot of support sites sort of like have different levels of support, and for your level of support you get various perks, and I'm really struggling trying to think of things to actually put on there. YouTube's a little bit easier because I could do things like it's a little bit like Twitch. I can do early access, and you can use emotes in the chat, etc., etc. But I'm really struggling on the others at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, so that was the first thing that we needed to look at fatigue, because that's the smother spell, and it's a bit like this search is not very good. Order of the Phoenix, there it is. So this is Cyrus's order that I've done a huge amount of work on, and this is where we're at. So he tried to use animate fire last night, and sort of like use the fire from his rack spell, which is fiery tendrils. But I actually managed to work out that the rack and the smother, the rack is a concentration spell and smother is not. So they probably can be cast together, but once the smothering has gone, then you're not concentrating on it anymore. So I don't think you'll be able to cast it onto another being like you can rack. So that's that. So animate fire, I think is very similar to the I think it's very similar to the I'll get there in a minute. The animists animate substance. So this is where it is. Invest an inanimate with a semblance of light. Each variant of the spell. So okay, then the sorcerer can animate an object with insubstantial such as air, fire, darkness are instead measured in terms of volume, with the sorcerer being able to affect. Right. So this is the same as the sorcerer, the spirits animating something. These are performed by using sorcerer's own skill, reducing. If they're combined with the appropriate sculpting, the sorcerer can achieve much finer control. Okay, then. Okay, then. So let's just check this out. So this provides concentration. So this could be actually cast with a combination of another concentration. The maximum size is 3 times the spell intensity. Insubstantial materials such as air, fire, are instead measured in terms of volume, with the sorcerer be able to affect a number of cubic meters equals to the spell's intensity. Okay. The animated object gains a default movement rate of 1 meter, which may be incremented by assigning points of intensity on a one-to-one basis to movement rather than on the size affected. Okay. Providing they have some degree of flexibility or the ability to extrude portions of themselves, animated objects might perform complex physical manipulations. These are performed by using the sorcerer's own skill, reduced by one difficulty grade. Oh. If combined with when necessary. Okay, then. So let's have a look. The material and shape of the object has an important implications of how the animated is used. For example, a sorcerer who knows animated stone 78 could use it to build a boulder, but he couldn't affect a solid cliff with a much larger size, nor could he break a lump from it unless the fault lines. Okay, however, a more insubstantial material like water is easily divided up, so there would be no problem. Okay, so that's the same as his fire. Shape is also vital. Animating a boulder would allow it to ponderously roll about, but obviously could not pick up an object, open a door, although, yeah. Animated statue, on the other hand, could possess the... Okay, yeah. Some objects may appear innocuous, but are potentially formidable in the right places. An animated bunch of ropes or a carpet could be an excellent way of entangling opponents, or animated fire sent dancing through. Okay, then. So we're talking about where necessary, treat the object as having a damage bonus based on twice its size or as an elemental of equal volume. Sorcerers must actively concentrate to cause animated objects to perform complex manipulations. If their concentration lapses, the object becomes quintessential until the sorcerer can focus through it. Objects which are already under magical control are only effective if the magnitude of the animate is greater. If the animated object is carried or worn by a living creature, then they may resist the spell with endurance. Thus, whilst the spell can be used to discommode, break objects, the manipulation cannot be used direct. Okay, then. So this is an important bit that we need to. The sorceress can animate an object of size 3 times the spell's intensity. Okay, and then its damage. Objects as having a damage bonus based on twice its size. Okay, or as an elemental of equal volume. Okay. So elementals have their own volume. Creatures. So we have so these are the elementals. So this is the cubic meter. Right, so we're going to need this as well, aren't we? This is going to have to be almost like part of what actually happens. These are the average ones. We just save that. Okay, then let me just move that over here. So we've got it still. And I feel we need to create a new generic one. Let's call it elementals. Let's put it in the rules. So we've got it. Shift enter to repeat, shift enter. Go to full edit. Okay, so this is the animate fire spell. So that's what we're talking about straight off the bat. Right, let me just turn that off for you. Let me just increase this. I don't know. Somebody had told me the amount of time and energy I put into doing this game. I think I would have said no a long time ago and say, "Hey, Brian, how you doing?" How you doing? It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. I was just saying, I sometimes wonder why I do all this work. Okay, then let's put some. Let's do some bullet points here and there. I hope you are well, Brian. Okay. Animate object with a maximum size of 3 times intensity. Okay, so that's the first bit that they can do. Insubstantial fire animation. Ooh. Able to affect number of cubic meters. Number, let's just put an equal sign in there. Number of cubic meters equal spell intensity. Okay, then. Right, so therefore this now goes, I can use that now to go in and pick up the creature block for the elementals, because they actually have, oh, that reminds me, I'm going to flick around because I had a wonderful idea for down the well, which is the next sort of like part when they go down the well to the underground cavern. I suddenly had a really good idea for this, and in the sense of we were talking on the Twitch stream about the new Dune film, and that got me thinking about sandworms. And then I thought, oh, hang on a minute, let's make worms that have dug out the tunnels. Pets of the shaman. And just out of interest, I actually have downloaded some maps that I am looking forward to actually using. So I actually found what one of my favorite people or map creators is Gabriel Picard, I think his name is. And I noticed that he had some swamp caverns. Quick versus swamp caves. Here they are. And I thought, right, that would do wonderfully well for underneath the well. So things like this, that's actually, let's just get it up. I probably need to increase the size of this. Let's do okay, let's go up to 50 and see. So that's far too big. Okay, then, so let's bring it down to 30 by 30. And see, oh, that looks perfect. Let's take that to the map layer. Oh, look, it's just slightly too small. Can you see? There's just, there you go. Let's just stretch that out. I wonder what that looks like, sort of like close up. Oh, it's fine close up, look. There's a bit of gap at either side. But I thought this would make a really good, like, underground tunnel effect. And I've got some sort of like normal tunnels, and we can put additional swampy things down as well, which I think will be fantastic. And I thought this could really have the ins and outs of coming through tunnels, etc., And this is where the worms will have been sort of like channeling themselves. I have to admit, I am really missing the MOOC area that used to be on here with the actual sheet. There used to be a MOOC section that you could change different areas of it, and it's actually gone now, and oh, I am missing it so much, because it was literally just created, you know. So when you actually created a character, a sheet, you had all the other ones. And I did try and put it onto a MOOC sheet that I use. Where is it? Here. But you can see that failed last night hugely. Didn't work at all. I think what I need to do is, these are too random. These are just sort of like average ones. And I think what I need is that I need a way actually on here to show the actual progression of them. So I actually know, because what happens is that I adjust this one, as you can see, but then it adjusts them all, which of course then is incorrect, as you can imagine. So I'm still looking for a way of doing that effectively. The annoying thing is, I can't copy. Well, I don't think I can. I can't sort of like copy all of that and put it down here. See, can you see? It just goes down into a huge list. And really and truly, what I want is that multiple times. The other thing is, if I copy it as a picture, then I can't actually interact with it, because I don't have any paper or anything like that when I'm GMing. I just have everything electronic, which is a pain. But I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it and think of another way of doing it. In the olden days, what I used to do, you can see here, I used to make several replicas of the sheet, and then attach a different one each time, so I knew which one was which. And that was fine, but it just meant, look, you just had loads and loads of monsters all the time, and it just sort of like jammed up the whole system. So I don't know what I'm going to do on that one. The other thing that I wanted to do was to check this to see if it has any worms in it. Worms. Let's just worm. Ooh, right. Let's see what we've got here. A death worm. That sounds excellent. Sting worm, I think I've used before. Giant worm. Let's see what this actually. What I would like. I think in D&D they were called purple worms. I'm sure of it, and they used to be massive worms. But it doesn't. I think I might have to adapt. Let's just see if purple worm comes up. Oh yes, look. A purple worm. See, this is really nice. I really like this. This would be a perfect sheet, but I don't have a way. I wonder if I export this. If I open that in, can I edit it? I wonder. Bring that in. So I've now got it. Just take that back there. So I've got it like this now. In my PDF. Can I actually? I can highlight it. Can I actually change things? Can't change it on that. What have we got here? I think this is just highlighting. Add a comment. This is type text. I don't think. Let's go into edit. Ooh. That's a possibility. Once I go into the PDF, I can actually make changes to it. That might work, you know. That is a serious possibility because I don't want to print things out. I don't want to print things out, but if I've got them like that, then I might be able to adjust them as we go along. I mean, I would much prefer it to be all in Roll20, but if this is the only way I can do it, then that might be a possibility. Okay, then, right. That's good. So let's go back to the work that we were doing because I got sidetracked there. Let's go back to my elementals. Let's edit this. Okay, so we were looking at the elementals. That's what we were looking at. Let me just zoom in on this, get rid of those bookmarks. Okay, then, so cubic meters. Okay, then, so we've got two tables here. Two tables that obviously work together. So it's going to be the intensity of the spell. So let's have a look at Cyrus's intensity, which I think is something like 1/10 of his invocation spell. Right, let's check this. I get so confused with I know the difference between magnitude and intensity, but I always forget which one is actually stable. Which one is always the highest. Okay, then. Sorcerer's spells have a default intensity equal to 1/10 of their skill. Yeah. So that's right. And then what they can do is change. They can limit the spell effect. Okay, magnitude depends on how many shaping points. So his invocation is 76 here. Yeah, 76 his spell is. So that's going to be an intensity of 8. Okay, then. So let's pop that. Oh, no. Let me just copy that. So Cyrus has an intensity of 8 max. Therefore, animated fire will be a maximum of 8. So it'll be 8 cubic meters. 8 cubic meters. Nice. Okay, then. So therefore, if we go back to the table that we had, in the creatures, then we'll be able to calculate his normal one, because I don't think he's ever likely to do anything bigger than that. Right. So when he animates the fire, it's going to be 8 cubic meters. Good grief, it's massive. 8 cubic meter elemental. Now, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. 8 cubic meter fire elemental. Right. Here we go. I knew it. So what we could do is take that, pop this on here, pop that in there, and then we can copy that, and then we can bring it straight into here. We can have a new character. Just save the changes to that. And then we can import this chunk and import it. And that gives us that fire elemental. I don't like the salamander bit of it. Okay, then. So if we save that, that does that. And that should automatically do the damage and everything. What's this initiative bonus? 15. Oh, that's different in the look. Let's see. They produce heat and flames with lashing whips that shoot up jets. Okay, then. So here's the strike look. So that strike just doesn't have anything in it. So it's 1d8 plus 1d6. Yeah. 1d8 plus 1d6. Okay. Right. Now, I might have got that completely incorrect. So am I making this this animate fire too strong? Spell descriptions. Animate subject. Here it is. Gain a default movement of 1 meter. Is that coming up as 1 meter or not? It's coming up at 8 meters. So that needs to change. Okay, then let's see what else needs to change. What can this actually do? Where necessary, treat the object as having a damage bonus based on twice its size, or as an elemental equal bonus. Sorcerer. Okay, then objects that are already on. Okay, then if animated object. Okay, then. So I presume they can animate this fire and then get it to attack. There's nothing saying that it can't get it to attack. But I assume what it would use is his unarmed combat at reduced by 1 difficulty grade. These are performed by using the sorcerer's own skills reduced by 1 difficulty grade. I don't understand that. These are performed by using the sorcerer's own skills reduced by 1 difficulty grade. If combined with the appropriate sculpt, the sorcerer can achieve much finer control and ignore. Surely this must be increased by 1 difficulty grade rather than reduced 1 by 1. Because here it talks of it as a penalty. Okay, then we're going to just need to see what actually happens with this. Okay, then. So I might actually go back to, so it's damage. I think this is too high. I don't think it's creating a fire elemental. I think what it's doing is animating fire. Okay, then. Right. Oh, no. I do sometimes feel a right imposter syndrome playing this game, because I think people know so much more than me. Default movement rate equals 1 meter. Okay. And then it says, which may be incremented by assigning points of intensity on a 1-to-1 basis. Okay. plus 1 meter per intensity added. Okay, then. Movement rather than the amount. Oh, I see. Rather than using the intensity to increase the size of the animated object. So instead of plowing intensity into the size, we can just make a smaller animated object, but use the intensity to make it move faster. Okay, then. Right. Object as having a damage bonus based on its size or as an elemental of the equal volume. Damage equals so it's going to be that whatchamacallit, isn't it? It's going to be that 8. So let's just see how much that is. Okay, damage equals 1d8 plus 1d6, and it's colossal in size. Action points and everything will come from the actual sorcerer, because this is concentrated, so it's actually being controlled by him all the time. And that was something else I need to make a note of, is the idea of breaking concentration. I think it's there it is. Minor wound, serious wound, major wound, succumbing to mental domination. That's what it is. I might just make a note of that somewhere else. I might add that to my list to just put on a card. Okay, I'm going to rename this and call it Animate Fire. So I've got it. I think that's a better term for it. Let's just preview this so it looks all right. Yeah. Okay. So that looks good. And I'm going to say that it needs to be a fire in order to animate it. I think it might be worth also. I think in the rule book, it talks about fires, and it talks about intensities of fires. Now, what I'm interested here okay, the damage inflicted per round is given in the damage column, being small damage to intensity 3 and 4 larger, so 1d4 hit locations. Intensity 5 sources affect all hit locations simultaneously. So this almost like sounds as if this is inflammable, the inflammable much of it. Fire clearly has the ability to ignite flammable materials. If not extinguished, once ignited, flammable materials burn until physically extinguished. Damage is applied directly to the hit points of the material, ignoring armor points, and to any flesh beneath. If left uncontrolled, it spreads to a number of hit points per round equal to its... Oh, good grief. Who gave this person fire? I tell you, it was probably my worst decision ever. Okay, then. So that's that is good. We're making headway with that. So that was something I need to do. So that's all sorted. Now, the other thing that we needed was, so we have our first animist, and I actually made some mistakes with spirit combat. Let's just go back. Did I start one off called spirit combat? No. Okay, then let's... I don't think there's a rule version. So I never know whether or not typing it out actually helps my brains, because I think sometimes because I type it out, it actually sort of like helps me internalize it, so I have an understanding of it. Okay, so I made a huge error last night, absolutely huge error, because I thought the death spirit, which has the deadly trait, so it can sunder or dissipate. I thought that was like a special, but it's not. It's what happens is that it's what happens when one of the two have been reduced to 0 tenacity. So in our campaign, I've decided to use tenacity as the thing that spirits attack rather than magic points. So I'm going down the tenacity route, and that's where we're going for. So to start off with, I thought, wow, this is flipping good. But now I can see it as it's still going to be good, but it's not that good. It's not going to be like so instantaneous. Spirit combat. Right. So spectral combat skill or binding skill. So let's just put some little combat skill roll. Now, willpower. So this is the bit that I have a little bit of issue with the rules, because you could have a non-animist who has 110 willpower, who might actually be better at combat than a animist. Okay, that's what annoys me at the moment. Okay, then treat as differential roll. That's fine. I understand that. Spirit combat special effects are available, and I've got those ready. In addition, a successful hack that is not parried inflicts an amount of damage equal to the attacker's damage roll to the okay then. So damage, this is applied to the tenacity of the opponent. So they can escape back to their body. Right. So when it comes to spirit damage, because obviously there's damage that they can do. So this is the spirit intensity, and that's not what I want. Attributes. Attitude. I'm sure there's a table that talks about damage. Spirit combat. I thought it was a lot closer to the front. Here it is. When engaged in spirit combat, the value of the binding skill is used to calculate the amount of damage inflicted by animists. The same table is used by spirits for their spectral combat. Right. So I'm assuming, therefore, that normal humans cannot actually cause physical damage. Is that right? Defining spirits, characteristic, action points. Oh, here we are. Based upon the value of the spectral skill or the see the damage table. If a discorporeate character lacks binding, then they use half of the value of their willpower on the table instead. So willpower is almost like preventing the spirit attacking, but it does a feeble amount of damage. I mean, I'm actually would be fine saying, no, you can't actually do damage. You only can resist. Which would be, I don't know whether or not that would be too dangerous. If one or more levels the spirit to in addition, a successful attack which is not parried inflicts an amount of damage due to the onto the table. If the defender runs out of action points with which to defend themselves, they are left open wide, and the attacker makes an attempt to make an unopposed attack roll. Corporeal characters engaged in the physical world may forego this attack in order to cast. Okay, then. Right. So let's where are we up to on here? Spirit and animist damage is on the table. We saw that table before. It's on page 131. 131. Willpower characters use half of their willpower to calculate this. I might. I don't know about that. I suppose it allows people who are not animist to actually protect themselves against spirits. But I'm still not. I just don't want it to be easy for them. I don't. That's what I don't want. Okay, then. I think I brought in. No, I didn't. Okay, then. Let's just capture the specials. Oh, hang on. I've got it already. Let's pull spirit specials and copy that. Go back into this. Let's put a new spirit combat specials. The other thing that I need to do. So Tarek has a whole load of spirits here, and I need to make a token for each of them, and that's what I need to do, so we can ensure that it actually it's sort of like anything that manifests itself. And we've sort of like decided about various things, how they actually materialize. So this is ghostly raven flies in from behind. This one, the death one, black tendrils from the ground, and the spirit claws its way up Arek's legs. That's what we're going to do with that. So that's what he used. He used his death spirit last night, which was super good. I loved it. Loved it. It was so good. Okay, then. So this is defeated options. Okay. When tenacity is reduced to 0. And then there's various options, isn't there? There's various options that can actually happen. So we can have, let's put in a numbered list here. So we've got them. Let's just tidy this up so it looks better. So we've got possessed. So it can be possessed. It can be bound. That's what a shaman would do. It can be exorcised, which is interesting because this theists also have exercise as a spell, which is an interesting crossover there. Dissipated. So this is what the deadly spirits can have. May destroy the loser by tearing their essence apart. Destroys the loser by tearing their essence apart. That sounds so cool. I think if I ever went to play Mithras, I really think I would go animist, and I have enjoyed making up. Tarek Tickety Tex wanted a darkness sort of like ethos, and I've enjoyed making this up so much. It's been absolutely fantastic. Obligation. Exchange for its freedom, the loser must grant one service to the victor. That could be an interesting one if a spirit takes over a human. Expelled. If the loser is a discorporate soul, he may be ejected from the spirit world. Nice. Ignored. Let's make a pact now, people, never to use ignored. Sunder. Now, I don't actually understand. So sundered. If the loser is a discorporate soul, he may be torn completely free of his material form, normally causing death. I don't understand the difference between that and dissipated. Oh, I see. Causes death, but transfigures the spirit onto the spirit plane. What happens depends on the victorious spirit, and it may become one of its thralls, perhaps exiled to the mundane world to bring fear to other mortals. Oh, I see. So it becomes the spirit's slave / thrall. That's nice. I like that. Note that some of the above consequences can only be chosen by spirits capable of that action. Animists, however, are taught the necessary skills to be freely choose any of the consequences known to their cult. Defeat does not inevitably need to result in something bad. Many spirits' combats are not antagonistic at all, but rather a test of the animist's strength or the abstract representation of negotiation, where the spirit and animist are debating with empathic images. Oh, I see. So it doesn't have to be a completely negative response. It can be something that is quite quite. So I've just noticed that I've got little hearts that I can put up, which is cool. So yes, so it doesn't have to be completely sort of like negative. Okay, then. So let's have a look at this. So that's nice and clear for me. So I've got it if I need it. Now, if anybody's watching, one of the things that I'm really struggling with at the moment is these perks. And for example, this is one of my detailed pieces of information that I store on World Anvil. Okay, so, and I often wonder, so if I open up Orders of the Sorcerers, like so. So I've actually linked my spells in, etc., etc. And I never know. Somebody asked to see these today, and I get really, at the moment, people have to pay to have a look at them, but that doesn't sit well with me at all. I feel that everything should be open access. And I almost like, I don't want to, because I hate this concept of, okay, then you have more money so you can see more information. I don't like that. And I just sort of like want to create something that everybody can see, but then I have no idea what my perks would be. You know, I honestly would have no idea how I could change my perks to actually give something. So if anybody's watching this, either live or in the feedback, then please do pop in the comments any ideas that you have about that. Okay, then, so that's combat. We've got combat over and done with. We still got to make some tokens for here. So we're not finished with that yet. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this MOOC sheet, or whether or not I'm going to use something like this. I almost like think if they were printed out somewhere, they would be a lot easier just to sort of like cross off, etc. But I honestly don't. I can't see. I don't want to start printing things out on paper. That's what I don't want to do that at all. I loathe that. Can I upload it? To, oh look, so I can upload a PDF. No, I want to upload it. Okay, so if I put these in as purple worms. Okay, then. So now I can click on that and bring it up like so and save the changes. So now I've got, it's just scanning it. These are all my macros that I use. It's busy scanning the file at the moment. Right, where has that gone? Here. Oh, this looks nice, but I just know that I'm not going to be able to edit. No, so that doesn't do anything. What does this bring up here? Something that I can't see. Super useful. The other thing about it is that I can't seem to let's get rid of that. Let's move this across a bit. Look, it's always hiding it. I quite like this, but again, I don't think I can actually you see, I can't edit it, and I don't think I will be able to draw on it now. Oh, that's a pain. That would have been a nice workaround. What do I have here? No, that's no good. The other thing I don't like about this is that there seems to be no option to pop it out, but I have no idea what these options are. I literally have no idea what those options are. Now, beforehand, when you did this, you can edit it however you want in here, but I think you could also pop it out, which means I could have it on a different screen. But it doesn't look like I can actually do that, which is a pain. This is the, oh yes, this is the big version. With the three, yeah, that's what I want. Oh, that's a pain. that comes in there, but I can't get. I have no idea what those options are. That's so annoying. What are these options? Right. Obviously, I'm going to have to investigate why I can't see those. Well, that's a pain. All right, so that'll have to be another time. So we've made good progress tonight. We really have made good progress, and I've got a whole load of sheets ready to go for the next adventure. The combat with the night terrors took a lot longer than what I was thinking. I was expecting, but that's fine. We don't need to worry about that. We've got plenty of time and things are moving along well. Okay, people, I'm going to call that a night and head off to bed. Thank you for coming along and supporting the GM prep tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, if you're a player and you've been watching up to now, naughty, you shouldn't be. Thank you to everybody who supports me and all my content and channels. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Okay, until then, I hope all your opposed roles meet with a well-deserved special. Happy Mythrasing, everyone. See you. Goodbye.